How's it going, guys? Brian Daneff here, and a lot has happened since my last video. Obviously, my last video, I was previewing the ALCS. The Yankees had just won Game 5 against the Indians, and things were looking great, and I really thought it was going to be a great series, between the Yankees and Astros, and like I said, I couldn't really predict it. I would have been stunned if the series didn't go 6 or 7 games. So it wasn't necessarily wrong. I never said the Yankees were going to win the series. But yeah, of course they lost in 7 games, and it was a really disheartening way to end the season after this team fought and fought, and they really just. I still can't believe Lance McCullers Jr. carved up the Yankees for 4 innings in a playoff game. I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, overall, it was a fantastic season. I mean, I did not think they'd go this far. I didn't think Aaron Judge would hit 52 home runs. I didn't think Luis Severino would finish third in the Cy Young Award voting. This was a real coming out party for the New York Yankees this season, a real rebirth. And a real, page turner. This is a new era. The Derek Jeter, A-Rod, Mark Teixeira, Core 4 era, that's all in the past. This is a completely new team with some new superstars and a new, young, fresh talent. And it was really fun to watch this season. And obviously, even though 2017 feels like this whole year felt like a new beginning, there's going to be another new beginning in spring training in February 2018 because the Yankees now have a new manager, and it's Aaron Boone. I was genuinely upset and surprised that the Yankees let Joe Girardi go. Everyone during the whole postseason, everyone thought it was going to be Girardi's decision to walk away if he did not come, if he wasn't coming back next season, but it ended up being the Yankees telling him, we don't want you anymore. And it was it was interesting because the Yankees, Brian Cashman, the players, they all treated Joe very respectfully when he left. Everyone thanked him and said it was an honor playing for him, and Brian Cashman said he did a great job. 10 years is a long time to manage in New York. It seems to be a much more peaceful breakup than it was with Joe Torre. Because I remember that. I remember how ugly that was. But this really, Joe Girardi's already given a couple public interviews. He says there's no bad blood and stuff like that. But I really thought he did a fantastic job, not just over 10 years, but this season especially. I really thought in the postseason, aside from that one blunder in Game 2 when he didn't challenge that hit by pitch, I think he managed the bullpen great. He let his starters go as long as I think they should have gone. I think he pulled CC Sabathia at the right time in Game 7. I'm not in the Yankees clubhouse, obviously. I can't claim that I know what was going on, but I don't think players disliked him that much or didn't respect him, and there is that fine line where, you wonder, is Boone going to be so laid back that he's just buddy-buddy with everyone? Because you don't want that, and in regards to Boone, I do like the hire. I personally would have went with Hensley Mullins, Bam Bam as he's known, the former Yankees prospect and the now still the coach for the San Francisco Giants. He obviously had a ton of experience in the majors and coaching experience, which is the most important thing, because really the biggest knock on Boone is his lack of any coaching experience, let alone managing. He has never been a coach. He went straight from retiring from baseball to the ESPN broadcast booth, and that's where he's been since he retired. So it's very interesting, and there is. I can't predict how he's going to be as a manager. I don't know if he's going to be worthy of winning Manager of the Year. I don't know if he's going to last all 3 years. Really, it's difficult because obviously with no experience, you generally would say no experience means you're not going to do as great of a job as someone with experience. But in regards to what doing a great job means with this Yankees team, I hate to say it, I don't mean to discredit the work either Girardi or Boone, has done with the Yankees or will do in Boone's case. I really don't know if it matters all that much. This Yankees team is incredibly talented, and I don't want to understate the impact Joe Torre had on the late 90s Yankees or Girardi had on the 2009 Yankees, but when teams like this have this much talent, you have to do something colossally wrong to not win. And that's really my opinion. I think Boone will do a good job in that I think the Yankees will win, and I think they were going to win next year and in the future, whether Girardi was there or not, no matter who was managing. And again, I don't mean to disrespect what Torre did or to say he's not deserving of being a Hall of Famer, getting his number retired. I'm not saying Girardi doesn't deserve credit for certain moves he made during the 2009 season and the moves he made this season to get them as far as they did. But I think the role of the manager is clearly diminishing, and I think Boone has enough baseball experience. His whole family grew up, his whole family played baseball. He grew up around baseball, and he ended up obviously playing baseball. I think that experience does go a long way. I'm sorry. I know it's not managerial experience, but it's still experience of being in a major league clubhouse, in a dugout, on the field, obviously. So I think it is an important factor, and I think Boone will be a good manager. I've struggled with how to, value a manager, and that's my current position on it, especially with these Yankees. There are certain managers who can turn a 500 team into a playoff team. There are certain managers that can turn a projected 100-loss team into a 500 team, I do believe that. But when a team is on a path like the Yankees are, in that they are probably going to be the favorites in the division next year, they are probably going to get picked by many people to win the World Series, and again, this next season, they still are a year away from making that potential free agent splash to get a Manny Machado or a Bryce Harper or a Clayton Kershaw. They're still so incomplete, and yet they're already so feared and so respected and so expected to do great things next season. So that is really my opinion on Aaron Boone. I think he's a cool guy. I think he's a great guy. He was very active on social media as of late, the last couple of years. I hope that continues. The Yankees seem to be loosening things up. I think the hire of Boone is a sign that the Yankees are trying to get even more modern and even more, fan-friendly. I think Boone's is going to be very accessible to the media, very accessible to fans. I'm hoping to get to talk to him at some point. I'm happy for him. I'm excited for him. I'm excited for what the Yankees are going to do next year. And I that's all I have to say, really. And again, with Girardi, it's going to be weird not seeing him managing. Girardi has been the Yankees manager since I was in 5th grade. They hired him when I was in 4th grade. Yeah, they hired him when I was in 4th grade. And, he's been the manager since the new Yankee Stadium opened. He's the only Yankees manager to manage in the new Yankee Stadium. It's going to be different, definitely. And I think he did a great job as well. And I was always a fan of his. I always defended him, throughout his managerial tenure with the Yankees. So I think he'll go down. He is statistically one of the better managers in Yankees history. I think he did a fantastic job following up Joe Torre. He really managed through a difficult, interesting transition in Yankees history where he inherited the teams that Joe Torre had, and rode that success and was able to, they got CC, AJ, and Teixeira, and they won in 2009, and they were really good in 2010, 2011, 2012, and then everyone slowed down, everyone got older, got hurt. The Yankees had no farm system, but he really made the best of it. As difficult as the 2013 to 2016 seasons were, they weren't devoid of really fun stretches and very interesting players and some great wins. And a lot of that is thanks to Girardi. Again, that is the kind of impact a manager can have. I don't know if another manager could have brought the 2013 Yankees to being over 500 and in the wild card race the last 2 weeks of the season, you know? So that's really the kind of impact I think managers can have. But in Boone's case, again, the Yankees are going to win next year, and I don't think it mattered who was in the dugout. But I am excited that Boone is in the dugout, and that's all I have to say. So for now, that's about it. I hope I brought everyone up to speed about what I've been thinking about in regards to the Yankees these last couple weeks. Obviously, I was way more emotional, way more upset about losing the ALCS in the immediate aftermath. But again, I'm very excited for the future. I have no doubt that they can make it back to the ALCS, make it to the World Series, and win, if not win multiple championships. So it's a very exciting time. Can't wait for spring training to start. But also excited to see what the Yankees do this offseason. They still need to bring back CC Sabathia. That's a must. They could use another reliever. They need to figure out who's going to DH, because right now Matt Holliday's gone. Obviously, he's not coming back. The outfield is pretty jammed. Are they going to be able to trade Jacoby Ellsbury? Or are they going to be able to maybe trade Chase Headley to bring back Todd Frazier? There's a lot of questions, but for the first time in a while, I don't think they're really. It's just figuring out how to make this roster as pretty as possible. That's really where they're at right now. They are going to be good next year, even if they don't make a single move for the rest of the offseason. It's just about making them even better. So really, really cool to see, especially considering where they were literally 1 year ago, where they just traded Brian McCann to the Astros. No one knew what to expect in 2017. So much has happened, and so much is going to happen. And if you're a Yankees fan, I'd be pretty excited. So that's about it, guys. Thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter at Brian Danoff, of course, to keep up with what I'm doing. And hope to see you guys soon.